Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Day Recap on Monday, November 24th, 2025, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, technology, crypto, currencies, and commodities. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes showed gains today. The S&P 500 index closed at 6,704.67, rising 101.69 points. The Dow 30 index ended at 46,448.28, up by 202.86 points. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite index surged 598.92 points to 22,872.1. Today's market breadth was mixed. The S&P 500 index had 254 advances versus 237 declines. The Dow 30 index saw more declines with 14 advances compared to 16 declines, while the Nasdaq Composite index showed significant strength with 1,957 advances over 1,064 declines. Reviewing total and daily returns, the S&P 500 index achieved a 1.54% weekly total return, overcoming its negative monthly return. The Nasdaq Composite Index led with a 2.69% weekly gain. Year-to-date, all indexes inched higher, with the Nasdaq Composite Index boasting an 18.44% gain. Among sectors, communication services excelled, closing at 448.88, which marks a new all-time high. The technology sector followed, up 2.4% to 5,601.5. Meanwhile, consumer cyclical rose 33.85 points to 1,852.47. Healthcare at 1,808.18 maintained a very strong positive trend, setting a one-year high. Consumer defensive weighed heavily today, shedding 11.49 points to close at 856.9 amid a very strong negative trend. The energy sector slipped 2.18 points to 677.74. Real estate slightly increased to 258.10 amid a very strong negative trend, while industrials bucked the trend with a small climb. Indonesia led global markets today as the Indonesia ETF climbed 2.2% to 18.78, continuing its strong positive trend after a breakout. Hong Kong and China ETFs followed suit, closing up at 22.13 and 61.96 respectively. The S&P 500 ETF rose 9.64 to 668.67 with an upward breakout. In terms of total returns, the Indonesia ETF excelled with a 2.23% weekly gain. The Hong Kong ETF posted a slight edge in yearly returns, gaining a remarkable 32.83%. Meanwhile, both the China and Israel ETFs posted notable yearly gains over 32% each. In the tech sector, Apple closed at 275.92, gaining 4.43, marking a new all-time high after 2 days of upward momentum. Alphabet also surged, up 6.2% to close at 318.47, achieving another record high. Notably, Meta Platforms saw a 3.1% rise, breaking out upward after 3 flat days.
Checking out crypto, I'm Timothy Satoshi. Bitcoin is currently at 88,966.77, up by 2,158.49, showing a 2.4% rise today. Despite this uptick, it remains in a very strong negative trend. Ethereum, enjoying a 5.8% rise, sits at 2,965.23, up 164.9, with a strong negative trend, yet improving. BNB advanced 3% at 869.53 with mixed trends. Solana shows a 6% upward move, breaking out after 3 days of sideways movement. It's at 138.37. Dogecoin rose 5.2% to 0.1526, gaining momentum post a sideways stretch. Examining crypto returns, Bitcoin gained momentum with a weekly return of 2.49%, though monthly it's down 18.79%. Ethereum saw a weekly rise of 5.86%, countering its monthly decline of 22.9%. BNB advanced with a 3.03% weekly gain. Solana, impressive with a 6.01% weekly boost, is shifting from earlier losses of 26.76% monthly. Finally, Dogecoin reflects a 5.26% weekly advance.
For a look at foreign exchange, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The US dollar is currently rising against the euro, registering a very strong upward trend despite 3 days of flat movement. In contrast, it is weakening against the British pound, marking 4 consecutive days of decline after a period of apparent consolidation.
I'm Max Profit, along with our AI hosts Timothy Satoshi and Victoria Cashmore. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check in weekdays after 9:45 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 4 p.m. New York time for more market reports, and check in daily for in-depth stock, index, sector, crypto, currency, and commodity coverage. Thanks for watching.